probably already tell, I'm doing a Q&A today. I asked you guys to send in some questions on my Instagram and through that NGL app so that they were anon if you wanted to, and I got a few. So I'm going to answer them today. Also, Happy New Year. I hope everyone had a great Christmas time and a good New Year and is having a great start to the year. I hope the busy season is calming down for you. And yeah, I bless you all with a great 2023. Alright, so first up, if you are new here, hi, my name is Alyssa, and I actually just got engaged over the crazy busy period, just after the week between Christmas and New Year's. So we did a bit of a road trip from our home on the Sunshine Coast all the way, went to Yamba, then to Sydney, and then to Leeton where Jake's mum lives, and then back here. So yeah, the one night we were in Sydney, Jake did propose, so a lot of these questions are related to engagement. So I'm going to start with those ones. First one was, congrats on your engagement. Was the ring what you were wanting? I wish I could show you guys the ring, but I actually sent it in to be resized because it was a little bit too big. So I don't have it, but no, the ring was not what I was wanting. I love it and it's perfect and I'll wear it forever, but I actually had chosen a different style of ring that I liked, and I told Jake that this is what I like, this is the direction that I kind of want to go in, which was a bit of a, it was like the square ones with like the halo, the little diamantes around the outside. Anyway, when he went in and was looking at rings and stuff, he didn't like that. He said that would look silly on your finger because you're little and it's too much. And then he didn't like that it was lots of little rocks as well. He liked the feature of having like one rock and then like the little rocks around the outside. So that was my thing, is I wanted the little rocks around the outside, like a halo, but he liked them around the band. So yeah, no, the ring was not what I was wanting, but it is perfect and I love it. Did I know that Jake was going to propose? Absolutely not. I did not. And did I pick the ring? Obviously I did not pick the ring based on my last question, last answer, but no, I did not know that he was going to propose. We were only in Sydney for one night and it was like a busy day. We drove from Yamba from like 2 in the morning to Sydney and got there at like 8, 9 a.m. And then we couldn't check in our hotel until the afternoon, so we just went and did like sightseeing things, and yeah, I was absolutely not expecting a proposal at all. When he actually did propose, I was in complete shock and couldn't say anything. I was like, well, to be fair, he couldn't say anything either, but we were both just standing there like, so yeah, no, I didn't know he was gonna propose. How did he do it and was he nervous? Yes, he was nervous. I didn't realize we walked from our hotel. So I'll tell the little story. How about that? So we walked from our hotel and we were just going to go down to, we're going down to Luna Park for the afternoon to let the kids have a bit of a play there. But I went to get dressed and Jake said, he was like, oh, you're going to wear that? And I was like, yeah, well, we're just going to Luna Park. I had like just jeans and a top, and he was like, oh, but we'll get some nice like family photos or whatever. And I was like, okay, like I guess. And then I went to put another dress on and I was like, oh, I'll just chuck this one in the wash quickly, and ended up wearing what I did wear. But I thought maybe we'll go out for like a nice dinner, or we just want to get a nice photo because it was probably the first and last time we'll be in Sydney. Anyway, so that was the dress debacle, and he wore a nice shirt and I was like, oh, okay, he wants a nice photo. I didn't really think too much of it. And then got ready, we walked down to the Opera House, and as we're like walking along, he was being a little bit weird, but I didn't really clue onto it. He was like, oh, should we just get a photo there then? And I was like, oh, like, that's okay, we'll walk up. And he's like, no, we'll walk up to the Opera House. I'm like, okay. And we walked up there, and then he was like, fuck, there's lots of people here. And I was like, yeah, it is really busy. And he was like, yeah, I didn't think there'd be so many people. And I'm like, yeah, still over my head. And then we walked up the stairs to like a little, like the platform bit there. And we're standing there, and then he was like, oh, let's get a photo. And I was like, just taking it, like holding it myself. And he's like, no, we'll just get someone to hold it, all good. And then I passed my phone. I'm like, oh, like, thank you, just get a family photo. And I reckon he was like, just keep clicking, like, haha, like, because he always takes photos and just keep clicking. So the people were taking the photos, and I reckon we honestly had like 25 photos. They were really just clicking. And then I went to actually grab the phone back off the people. I was like, oh, like, that's enough. I went to grab the phone. He's like, no, hang on. And he like freaked out a little bit. And then when I like was standing there, I'm like, huh? Like look back around, and then he dropped down to his knee, and I was like, oh, like was fully in shock. And I was like, you're joking. I think that's what I said to him. I was like, you're joking. And he was like, what? And I was like, you're joking. Like I was like, it's a fake. It's faking. Like, and I was just fully shocked. And then he pulled out the ring, and I was like, that's when the moment when I was like, holy fuck, he's not joking. Like he's really pulling out a ring. And there's a photo where my face is literally just like absolutely like struck, because I was not expecting it at all. And I had Layla in my hands, and then he had to put Evie down. And then that's why Evie in our little photo, I'll see if I can add it in here, on our little photo is standing in the middle of us with her like belly out. And then he was like, started 3 different sentences. He was like, oh, I love you. I know you've, he's like, I know you've been, will you marry me? Is what happened. He couldn't really get any words out, and I was just like absolutely struck. Like I just literally stood there like, oh, and then I just started crying, and I was like an ugly mess crier. And then Evie ran off. So then Jake like got up and ran after Evie before I gave him an answer. And then like I was just like crying, and we got the phone back off the people. And then I was like, oh yeah, yes. I guess and he was like, oh sorry, I didn't wait for an answer. But yeah, that was what happened. And then we got the ferry over to Luna Park, and we spent the afternoon in Luna Park with the kids. But yeah, that was our little proposal story. Side note, it was also really cute because I was obviously crying because I was so happy, and Layla was like wiping my tears off my face because I was holding her, and she's like, it's okay mummy, he loves you, he gave you a ring. And I was like, I'm happy crying. She's like, no, you're sad. I was like, I'm not sad. She's like, but you're crying. And she just kept on going with that, but it was really kind of cute. And I guess on the topic of relationships, the next one was, have we ever broken up, or has either of us ever cheated? No, we've never broken up, and neither of us have ever cheated. So that one out of the way real quickly. Pretty simple answer. And I had another couple of wedding questions, main one being, when would we get married? Not for a few years. I'm not in any rush to get married. The whole idea of it, and families and everyone meshing, makes me extremely nervous, and I'm not fussed by that, to be honest. So yeah, not for a couple years at least. We also would like to have one more child, so we have another baby first, and then look at a wedding. And that does not mean I want a baby right now either. We are not trying. We do not want a baby right now. On the topic of babies, do we want another baby? I get this one every time. Yes. One more. And then that's it. Then I'm done. And in terms of gender, I honestly do not care. Like, I literally love my girls more than anything. And having a little girl would be an absolute dream. I know Jake would like a boy, and it would be amazing for him to have a son. But healthy, happy babies are all you can ask for. Okay, I always get this question about renovating, and it is a renovating cost breakdown of how much things cost. And I'm pretty much an open book with these things, so I'm just gonna tell you. We are very fortunate. Jake is incredibly handy. He is a plasterer by trade, but he does most chippy work and things. He's very clever. Anyway, so Jake did a lot of it himself, and what we could do ourselves we did, obviously. Painting, easy chippy work, all of that. But ballpark figure for our whole house renovation is we spent all of the loan that we got from the bank on the house. We got new carpets, new vinyl flooring, new kitchen, new laundry. We had to replace the ceiling because of water damage that happened with the rain. Then we obviously did the extension of our master bedroom walk-in ensuite, which I will get to the reveal of that soon. Waiting on lights. I'm hoping they get done today. And yeah, I'm not sure what else. I have that video back a while ago if you want to see the renovation reveal. but we borrowed 70,000 from the bank and we have zero of it left. We've spent the 70,000 on the house, and that was with Jake doing a lot himself. We did choose slightly more expensive things, like our tiles. The Travertine tiles are not cheap. I think they were 100 and I want to say 10 per square meter for just the tile, and then obviously tiler and tile glue and grout and all of that. And the cabinetry that we chose, we got, you can't really see, my kitchen's a mess too. We got the 2-pack cupboards, which again is a little bit more expensive. We obviously chose to get a stone bench top. We got stone bench tops in the laundry and the ensuite and the main bathroom as well. Yeah, we kind of picked nicer things for the house, which equated for a lot of the money, especially even like down to our tapware and stuff. Like we used ABI Interiors for our tapware, and yeah, I think we've spent like, I want to say 4, maybe just a bit over 4, or maybe 4.5 grand with ABI, and that's just like tapware and like showers and stuff, so sinks. Yeah, anyway, overall ballpark cost, we spent 70,000 but did the whole house. Would we move from this house anytime soon? We were actually talking about this last night. I do not want to move. I love it. Like, especially now that we're like just finished it. We're going to do the outside of it, and then we'll have a look at whatever else if we want to buy another home. The thing is, where I live, which I don't know if this is the same everywhere, it's just a shade thing or whatever, but with tax, it's capital gains tax if you were to buy another property and rent it out and you're not living in it, you get really stung with tax because you bought it as an investment property and didn't live in it first. So it's considered, you get absolutely annihilated on the tax with it. So when you buy a house, you have to move into it. And I don't want to move, so I don't want to buy another house just yet. I guess that's kind of their plan. But anyway. So yes, down the line, we will buy another house. We'll rent this one out. Probably Reno again, or I don't know, and then go from there. I would ideally, we both ideally would like to always end up back here though. This is our home and we love it. How did I choose color schemes / style when renovating? I honestly didn't really have a theme or style. I just picked what I liked of everything and hoped for the best. And it worked out for me pretty well. I do think Layla's room is a little bit mismatched because hers is like pink. And I don't love it anymore. I'd like to change her room and repaint it. But yeah, everything else we just kind of picked as we went and hoped for the best. The flooring and the carpets scared the absolute heck out of me because like you can't really pick those things off just like the little samples. I'm like, how do I know this is gonna work? But it worked out, so yeah, I think I just went really similar colors and styles and prayed for the best. When are you revealing your master bedroom? I'm just waiting on the lights. It's really getting to me, but yeah, I just need to wait for the wall sconces to be installed and then I will reveal it. Hopefully, if that does get done today or this weekend or sometime soon, I'll film it straight away because everything else is ready to go, apart from the bathroom ceiling, but I just won't show that bit. It's all good. But yeah, hopefully soon. We've been in it for about, I want to say like 3-4 weeks. But yeah, all the cabinetry and everything else is done and I love it to pieces. It's my favorite. It's like my little sanctuary. How many days of work are you doing this year? 3 days a week. That I am, yeah, I'm working 3 days a week. The girls are going to daycare 3 days a week. I have asked their daycare to swap days because they're going obviously the 3 days at the moment and I want them to go 4 and go like a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday and have the Wednesday off in the middle, which would be a lot easier for me because then I'll get all my Instagram content that I need to get done for brands and things plus my like house jobs, chores and all of that on one day, work the other 3 days that the girls aren't with me, and then have the one day really present and with them. It's one thing I struggle with a little bit is when I'm half working, half with the girls, that nothing gets done as well as I would like it to be done, as opposed to just working or just being with the girls. So hopefully those daycare days come up and we can do that. Jake works full time, so yeah, he's gone all week, sometimes the weekend as well. So yeah. Any 2023, your biggest 2023 goal? I'm not one to share goals. I've done it before, and as shitty as it sounds, not everyone wants to see you succeed. People want to see you fail. So if they don't know what you're aiming for, they're not going to know that you didn't succeed. So I believe in sharing once you've achieved your goal, not when you're aiming for it. Because yeah, people aren't nice. People don't want to see you do well and don't want to see you succeed all the time. So I just keep them to myself. But I've got a few little goals, more personal goals that aren't big things, a few little career goals, and then house goals too. We want to get to a certain point with our house, which that I can share. We just want to get the outside done, turfed, get the yard done properly for Nashi, and just have it a bit more street appeal because the front of our house does not look fantastic. We've spent all the money on the inside. So yeah, those goals are hush hush. And last one, because I knew there was going to be a dog question in here, is how is Nashi going? He is going well. We obviously just went away on our road trip, and Jake's dad and stepmom looked after him for the week while we were gone, and then we've had him back for like 2 nights, and we actually just got the excavator back out the back to fill in that hole that was around our house for the plumbing and stuff for the new room. So Jake's gonna be working on that, and I had to send Nashi back he's going to my parents now for, what is it? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 5 nights. And then we'll get him back again. But he's going well. He is huge now and very busy. He's also shedding at the moment, which is kind of a little bit of a nightmare because there's hair everywhere. But he's going well, and I don't really know what else to say about him. Evie loves him. Evie and Nash are like the best of friends. Layla likes him, but he licks her face and she doesn't like that. Whereas Evie would just be like, yeah, she like licks him back, it's gross. But yeah, now she's going well. Alright, so that's the end of this Q&A. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I answered your question. If I didn't, you can ask it again. You can find me over on Instagram at @AlyssaRandall_ or on TikTok at _AlyssaRandall, or on YouTube. You can just leave it in the comments. But yeah, that's the end, and I hope you enjoyed.